In a world where legends live forever in the hearts of fans, the passing of one of professional wrestling's most iconic figures, Hulk Hogan, has left the world in disbelief. But none were more stunned than his ex-wife, Linda Hogan, who described herself as completely shocked upon hearing the devastating news. Though their marriage ended over a decade ago, the bond shared between Terry Eugene Bollea, famously known as Hulk Hogan, and Linda was forged in the fire of fame, public pressure, and deeply personal struggles. Their relationship, filled with soaring highs, tabloid turmoil, and eventually, heartbreak, remains one of the most talked about stories in wrestling history. As fans around the globe mourn the loss of their hero, we look deeper into Linda Hogan's reaction, the history of their relationship, and the complex emotions that come with the sudden death of someone once loved. The news that shook Linda Hogan to the core. When TMZ first broke the news of Hulk Hogan's death, social media erupted. Fans posted tributes, celebrities shared memories, and former wrestling rivals offered condolences. But somewhere in Clearwater, Florida, Linda Hogan, now living a more private life, received the news through a phone call from a mutual friend. According to close sources, Linda was stunned into silence and refused to believe it at first. "It didn't feel real," said one friend who was present. "She just kept saying, no, no. It can't be Terry. Not Terry." She had not spoken publicly about Hulk in recent years, but those closest to her say his death has deeply affected her, even rekindling memories she had tried to move past. A love that captivated the world. Linda and Terry met in the late 1970s, before the fame, the pay-per-view headlines, and the legions of Hulkamaniacs. It was a time of innocence, when the man who would become Hulk Hogan was still a struggling musician and bodybuilder trying to find his place in the world. They married in 1983, the same year Hulkamania exploded in America. As Hogan's star rose, so did Linda's visibility. She became a fixture beside him, both on and off screen, often seen at red carpet events, ringside seats, and TV appearances. "We were building an empire," Linda once said in a 2005 interview. "We were soulmates, partners, and parents. I thought it would last forever." For over 2 decades, they were one of wrestling's power couples. They welcomed 2 children, Brooke and Nick, and even starred in their own VH1 reality show, Hogan Knows Best, which gave fans a glimpse into their seemingly perfect family life. But behind the scenes, tensions were rising. The falling out and bitter divorce. The early 2000s marked a turning point. Hogan's career had begun to slow, but drama at home was accelerating. Linda filed for divorce in 2007, citing irreconcilable differences amid rumors of infidelity and increasing emotional distance. The divorce was messy and very public. Accusations flew from both sides. Linda later released a memoir, Wrestling the Hulk, My Life Against the Ropes, detailing alleged abuse, emotional manipulation, and the dark side of life in the spotlight. Hogan denied many of the claims and said he felt betrayed. Their children were caught in the middle of the media storm, and what was once a dream life seemed to unravel in front of the world. Despite the bitterness, Linda always admitted that Terry was a pivotal part of her life. "I loved him for many years," she said in a 2012 interview. "That doesn't just disappear." A life apart, but never truly separate since the divorce, both moved on in different ways. Hulk Hogan tried to rebuild his public image after controversies and lawsuits. He remarried in 2010, while Linda began dating younger men, famously being linked to a man nearly 30 years her junior. Though they had minimal contact in the years following, they shared milestones, especially around their children. According to insiders, Linda attended events when Hulk wasn't present, and they coordinated around family holidays to avoid uncomfortable reunions. Still, there were no harsh words from Linda in recent years. In fact, friends say she had reached a place of peace with their history. And now, in the wake of Hogan's death, that peace has been shattered. Public statement and private grief. 2 days after the news of Hogan's death broke, Linda Hogan released a brief statement through her publicist. "I am deeply saddened by the passing of Terry. Despite everything, he was an important part of my life, and the memories we created together will remain with me forever. My thoughts are with our children and all those who loved him." It was a short but poignant message, one that signaled grief, not drama. And that, in itself, was a powerful choice. Privately, Linda is said to be struggling. A close friend, who chose to remain anonymous, revealed. "She's been crying non-stop. The anger is gone. What's left is just sadness. She keeps saying she thought there'd be time for closure. Now there's only silence." The legacy they built together, whether fans loved or hated their reality show, Hogan Knows Best immortalized a version of their family that many related to. While critics accused the show of being scripted or overly sanitized, others saw genuine love and effort. Linda played a major role in shaping the Hogan brand. She was not just the wrestler's wifey, she was the mother, the homemaker, the manager, and the emotional anchor. In many ways, she helped build the legend that millions remember today. And now, she watches the legend end, not as a bitter ex-wife, but as someone who was once deeply intertwined with it. Fans react to Linda's response. Fans around the world have taken to social media, expressing sympathy not just for Hulk Hogan, but for Linda and the Ear children. Under her recent Instagram post of a sunset photo, thousands of comments appeared. "Sending love to you and your family. You were a big part of Hulk's life. We feel for you. Hope you find peace in this hard time." The outpouring of support has been overwhelming. Even some of Hogan's old WR wrestling colleagues have reached out to Linda privately, according to reports. A family grieving together, or apart? In the midst of this tragedy, Brooke and Nick Hogan have remained relatively quiet. Nick posted a black and white photo of his father with a simple caption, "Forever my hero." Linda has reportedly been in touch with both children, trying to support them while managing her own emotions. "They need her now," said a family friend. Whatever differences they had as a family, grief brings people together in strange ways. Whether they will come together publicly remains to be seen. But insiders suggest that Linda is ready to be there for her child Ren, no matter what. Reflections on a complex love. Love is not always tidy. For Linda Hogan, her relationship with Terry was filled with contradictions, intense love and deep pain, loyalty and betrayal, joy and sorrow. Now, as she faces a future without him in the world, she is left with memories, some good, some bad, all formative. "We loved hard, we fought hard," she once said. "But we lived something unforgettable." The final goodbye as preparations begin for a public memorial to honor Hulk Hogan. Questions swirl about whether Linda will attend. According to her team, she has not yet made a decision. "She's taking it day by day," one source said. "But if she goes, it will be to honor the man she once loved, not the headlines." For now, Linda Hogan remains quietly in mourning, away from cameras, surrounded by a few close friends. The world sees the tribute videos and TV specials, but behind the scenes, a woman once deeply connected to the legend grieves in silence. Hulk Hogan may be gone, but the story he shared with Linda remains part of wrestling, and American pop culture history. Their tale, marked by fame, family, conflict, and ultimately, grief, reminds us that behind every public figure is a private life, full of the same emotions and complexities that touch us all. For Linda Hogan, the shock is still fresh. The man she once called her husband, her partner, the father of her children, is no longer here. And while the world mourns the icon, she mourns the man,